In a world that just never seems to stop moving, does finding even a moment of quiet feel, well, impossible? What if I told you it's actually way simpler than we think? Today, we're going to explore a path to inner peace, and our guide is the incredible wisdom of Zen priest Shunmyo Masuno. And it all starts with one simple question. Yeah, if that hits home for you, trust me, you are not alone. That feeling of being pulled in a million different directions at once, it's practically the signature of modern life. And it usually comes from a few specific places. First up, there's the constant buzz and dinging from our devices, right? All those notifications, the endless emails, the social media feeds, they create this persistent digital noise that just never lets our minds truly settle down. And then you've got the pressure of just doing more. Our to-do list just seems to get longer no matter how much we actually accomplish. It creates this background hum of anxiety, this feeling that we're always behind. And finally, just look around. There's our physical space. All that clutter in our homes and on our desks isn't just stuff. It's basically a visual representation of the clutter in our own heads, and it just adds to that feeling of being totally overwhelmed. So how do we get back to a place of calm? Well, our guide for this journey is a book called The Art of Simple Living. In it, Shunmyo Masuno takes centuries of Zen wisdom and boils it down into 100 super simple, totally actionable lessons that are actually designed for our crazy modern world. This quote right here gets straight to the heart of the whole thing. Peace isn't something you can buy or some goal you can achieve. Nope, it's something you have to cultivate. Right here, right now, in the present moment. So, how do we actually do that? Okay, so the journey begins not by changing everything around you, but by making these small, really intentional shifts inside yourself. It's all about tending to our inner landscape first. So where do we start? Not with some hour-long meditation or a weekend retreat, don't worry. The book's very first lesson comes down to this one number: 5. That's it, just 5 minutes a day. That's your starting point. A tiny little pocket of time you carve out for quiet, for reflection, for just being. It's such a simple commitment. Literally anyone can make it. Another really powerful practice: single tasking. I know, we're always told that multitasking is some kind of superpower, but from a Zen perspective, it's actually a huge source of stress and scattered energy. By focusing all your attention on just one thing at a time, whether it's drinking a cup of tea or writing an email, you turn that simple action into a form of meditation, and that brings a huge sense of calm and clarity. Here are a few more really simple ways to just anchor yourself right here in the present. The next time you feel stressed, just stop and take one deep breath. Try to find the beauty in something totally ordinary, like the taste of your morning coffee. These little acts of awareness are incredibly powerful tools for grounding yourself. And this is crucial. Restoring your balance isn't about adding more stuff to your plate. It's actually about intentionally creating space. You have to embrace moments of doing nothing and not feel guilty about it. Keep a simple list of things you're grateful for. This one little thing can totally shift your perspective, so you start to see that true abundance isn't about having more, but about appreciating what's already there. And what's so fascinating is that once you start cultivating that inner calm, it just naturally starts to spill over into your outer world. You start to actually want to create a physical space that reflects your new mental space. The book suggests this really gentle, totally sustainable way to declutter. Instead of some massive, overwhelming project, you just remove one unnecessary thing every day. Over time, this tiny habit completely transforms your space into one that feels calm and helps you focus, mirroring that clarity you're building on the inside. And you know what? This less is more idea also applies to our relationships. The goal isn't to have the most contacts or followers. It's about nurturing truly meaningful connections. It means focusing your energy on the people who really matter and showing them you appreciate them through simple, kind actions. All right, so after looking at both our inner and our outer worlds, what's the big final takeaway from this whole Zen-inspired guide to simple living? And look, if there is one single idea to take with you from all of this, let it be this one. Peace isn't a destination. It's not something you find after you've finally perfected your life. It's a practice. It's something you create moment by moment with every conscious breath and every small, simple choice you make. And that brings us to the final question, and this one is for you to take with you. Looking at your day ahead, what is just one small thing you can simplify? Maybe it's your desk, maybe it's your to-do list, or maybe it's just taking 5 minutes to stop and breathe. The path to a simpler, more peaceful life, it really does begin with that one single intentional step.